right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Scared Money Don't Make Money on Jackrabbit Illustrated. As always, I am Brendan, joined by Ben and Alex. Thank you for joining us for the last podcast of 2025 on Jackrabbit Illustrated. And I'm pretty sure the FCS Fans Network as well. So we appreciate you joining us over your holiday week here. If you're like me, maybe you work 2 days over the holidays and then you're going to have some more time off, or maybe you're one of the hard chargers who are rocking right through. And if that's the case, God bless you for working on through it, guys. As always, Jackrabbit Illustrated is brought to you by our title sponsors, Kubota Dealers of South Dakota. We got a sweet swag pack. I was wearing my Kubota sweatshirt the other night on the Mega Live. Alex has got his Kubota hat from it. All sorts of cool stuff. They are awesome to work with. Get yourself into some orange equipment. So there's 9 locations across the great state of South Dakota with so there's always a location near you to get yourself into some quality orange equipment today. They've got everything from tractors, subcompact tractors, their skid steers, not the B word because they're Kubota. But get yourself into some Kubota skid steers or equipment to take care of your home, ranch, or farmstead today. I know I sure could use one for taking care of my yard when it snows out here in the country. It'd be super handy. So I'm a little jealous of Matt and Chad having their own BX series tractors, but they've got parts and service as well as sales at all their locations. So you'll get taken care of should you run into any issues or need service, yearly service taken care of on your Kubota equipment as well. And on top of that, our title sponsor for our show sponsor is, as always, Covey Sports Bar of downtown Brookings, with the best viewing experience of all Wave Jackrabbit events. Get down to Covey Sports Bar and Grill and watch on one of the 30,000 TVs. Get yourself some beer, get yourself some Chislik, get yourself the nachos. They've got all the great stuff going on there. Get down to Covey Sports Bar and Grill or catch the coaches shows there. They still got the basketball coaches show. I think they have the wrestling luncheon there as well on Tuesdays.
Tomorrow at noon, Wednesdays. So
Wednesdays, tomorrow at noon.
Shameless plug, even with the New Year's holiday. I know for those of you that maybe catch the takedown, Jordo will be there. I will not. I will be down the street at the Children's Museum for the big New Year's Eve celebration. My kids love that every year. They drop confetti at noon for all the kids for New Year's. So I will unfortunately have to miss it. But yeah, Jordan will be there. Say hi. And like we talked about on there, if you have questions for Coach Hahn, that's the perfect place to ask him because, he will tell you anything. I mean, that dude is an open book if you've ever talked to him about. I mean, if you want to ask him, hey, are we looking at this recruit? He will straight up tell you yes or no. So,
yeah. So head down to Covey Sports Bar and Grill for that. Yeah. No, I got to get up to one of those. They sound like a lot of fun for the coaches. The luncheon with the wrestling team coaches sounds sick. Do you guys have any fun stuff happen over the holidays, or just kind of?
Just drove down to South Central Nebraska, middle of nowhere, and stayed there for a day and came back. That was about it. Good times.
Alex?
I went to Omaha to see my folks this past weekend. Beth's family was here. Other than that, kind of kept it simple. Santa Claus came. Hope he found you guys too. So,
sure did. You know it. Santa's always come through for us. Rev, you know what? God bless you. Go live and make me a liar. I don't care. That's fine. I bet you won't.
All right. Let's get into the recap for last week. It's pretty boring. Everybody went 1-1. And that means, well, I guess I'll say Illinois State won 30-14 and covered. Montana State won 48-23 and covered. Some, I don't know, not real close semifinal games. Neither game.
No, normally you get one bad one and one close one, right? But it's just kind of like the UC Davis game with Illinois State all over again. Almost as like, well, they're up early, but you find all these excuses for why they're either going to let Villanova back in, and they just credit to them. They didn't. They just stepped on their throats and said, we're punching our ticket.
Yeah. And the Montana State game was about as close as our game with Montana, honestly.
No, truly.
It went until about third quarter. It was close. And then Montana State said, well, that's enough of that. and put that away. So, so it always feels weird doing these shows over a week after the games because it feels like, well, this has already been talked about already by everybody else.
Right.
Kind of, yeah. So it always makes that kind of feel weird. Yeah, the scores show that the G6 doesn't belong in the bracket. Wait, wrong subdivision. Right. Well, we got technically. I mean, Nova would be like a G6 team now if they're in the Patriot League. So I'm not giving credit to the CAA for that because they're a Patriot League team. So
that recap was brought to you by Hedrick Ranch. Brendan, tell us about how awesome Hedrick Ranch is.
Oh, man, I'm just impressed you had it pulled up. It's actually Blue Tide, but we'll do them next. Hedrick Ranch.
Not on my... All right.
It was Blue Tide, Hedrick's, then Innovative, but that's okay. We can switch it up sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. We never say what segment
what's in
sponsor
the brackets afterward. You'll see that I'm right.
Yeah. Anyways, Hedrick's Ranch. Let me tell you, we got a prime rib for my mom that was ungodly. I mean, just incredible prime rib. Almost looks like Wagyu. It's so marbled. It's just gorgeous prime rib. But any sort of meat needs you may have, reach out to Hedrick's Ranch, get yourself some certified ranch to table Angus beef.
Did it taste as good as it looked?
I didn't have any. I wasn't able to make it home to see Mom for Christmas.
Gotcha.
So he shipped it out there because they ship anywhere in the continental United States, and he shipped it out there for my mom, and then my cousin took half of it because it was a 19-pound prime rib.
Did she say it tasted good though?
Yes, she's her exact words were divine. So she sent me a note and wanted me to thank Troy Hedrick for the beef because it was that good. So thanks, Troy. It was phenomenal. He did a great job, hooked us up with that, and it was terrific. Plus, we got ourselves some. Hamburger for my house as well, and some chislic and things like that. So no, go to hedrickranch.com, get yourself hooked up with a beef bundle, and fill your freezer with some incredible beef.
JIAI is brought to you by
Blue Tide Car Wash.
This show is going to be mostly sponsors because it's going to be such a short show. But
we don't have a lot to talk about, but Blue Tide Car Wash, 19 locations in Sioux Falls with also tunnel washes in Sioux Falls, but also in Mitchell, Hartford, and Brookings. Get yourself the monthly subscription. Let me tell you, I am excited. I got my new bumper on the pickup truck. For those of you who know, so I can go back through the tunnel wash again without the fear of my trailer light wiring getting ripped out by a brush or something. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, get yourself into the Blue Tide Car Wash. Get yourself the monthly pass. It's that time of year you want to get the salt and road grime and everything else off of your truck or car, and you can run it through as many times as you want and save yourself some money. So get yourself into a monthly pass with the Blue Tide Car Wash, or get a single one. Vacuums are free with all the car washes, and they're a great place to go. So
all right. Well, we're short on things to talk about, but we're not short on JIAI. I still have 4 of them. They're going to be great. First one, Nova. Can go care about basketball.
Well, you know what's funny? Speaking if between the two teams, the basketball play-by-play guy, who I assume for their student radio station for Illinois State before the game in Fargo, said they should take the money away from the football team and give it to the basketball team for NIL and stuff.
To be fair, they do have a pretty. I mean, they're Valley, so it's like a step.
They're not that much.
Summit League, but they're decent. They're a decent Valley team.
They're a solid program, but that was absurd, and he got dunked on.
100%.
But if you can find the tweet, I hope we bring it back up and dunk on him more, because that was just obscene to say that, especially when like your bio says you're the play-by-play guy for the
student radio or whatever.
Crazy work. Yeah, so that's super funny.
All right, next up we've got one for the Grizz.
I did not want to deal with Grizz fans. Dodge the bullet there.
You know,
all the Nashville bars rejoiced.
Right. On top of that, Ron says, I prefer eating bison and rabbit meat despite being 0-1 against those teams this year.
Yeah, well.
It's okay. The bad man is gone, Ron. You guys probably are going to win.
Are they going to cover, though? That's what we're here to find out.
That is what we're here to find out.
All right. So speaking of which, that is why we're here. I don't know that we would have had an episode if the loser was already determined. However,
you might not have joined us. Brendan and I probably would have hopped on quick.
However, we need
Sorry,
to.
I'm looking for this tweet now. Probably spent way too long on it at this point.
Brendan and Alex are completely tied, which is kind of wild considering how many games we picked. And there's one game left, and the loser of the picks contest has to go to Terre Haute next year to watch the Jacks play Indiana State, and I believe they're wearing a blue wizard costume. And
well, I said I would. That was self-volunteered. That was not part of the game.
Do we want to get into Alex's presentation on the show?
You have a presentation?
I saw your road trip plan.
I don't want to show all that.
Do we want to explain
the
background behind it first?
So we can just talk about how, so where it came from is if they both lose, or if they tie, essentially, which would make them both lose, then they both have to go to Terre Haute. However, that would mean that both of them get to go hang out with Zach McKinnell in Terre Haute, Indiana, and I would have a lot of FOMO. And so we started talking about it in the group chat, and now it's evolved to probably
all of JI.
Most of
they're always like, well, we want to go too. And we're like, well, that's not a punishment.
Here's how I'm going to lay this out. If there's a tie, more than likely that means everyone will go. I think if just one of us loses, no one else will go. That's just my hunch.
I'll still consider it.
But if there's a tie, the other guys are going to go. So at that point, Brennan and I are. The idea has been floated that we would have to take Amtrak out there.
Yep.
Yes, for sure. If two guys, is it if both lose, they're taking Amtrak?
No, that's only if everyone else is going. If we both lose but no one else is going, we are free to get there together however we so choose. Which goes back to a separate discussion of if Brendan and I are willing to split the team trip on the team plane based on what that went for at the scholarship auction last year. Like, if it's just Brendan and I am 1,000% on board with what that price was for the Murray State game.
Watch there be one petty person at the auction who listens to the show and is like, oh, you want to take this trip? Watch this.
Right.
I'm gonna talk to somebody about that. But we know enough people that would pay a ridiculous amount to make sure that you don't get off easy.
Yeah, so the train came up because if everybody's going, then it's not really a punishment. It's just something we're all doing.
Well, that's why I brought up the wizard costume, though, is that
yeah.
Well, so here's the catch-22 with that is not to toot our own horns, but to toot our own horns for a second here. I mean, it's kind of like being the tallest dwarf, but we are the biggest Valley football podcast, honestly, if you look at that. So I'm probably going to apply for media credentials because screw it.
No, I don't think you get to do that.
I don't think the loser gets to do that.
Why?
Because it's a cool, fun
it's a
thing.
Punishment.
The point's not supposed. Yeah, this is a punishment.
No, the punishment is going there. I am a free man once I get there.
Look at this guy loopholing it. I'll wear the wizard costume.
How about this? You have to wear a wizard costume, but if you want to do credentials, you just have to wear it like to the tailgate and probably to the bars after.
That's fine, but if we end up driving out, there's probably not much before or after because I'll leave Friday night. We'll go to the game and probably start leaving after. But anyhow.
No, you can stay 2 nights.
Once again,
if you get...
we'll split an Airbnb.
I bet that their stadium's not locked up. So if you wanted to get down on the field and walk around the field, you'd be able to do it before the game.
Probably. All right.
You have to get the media pass and then show up to the post-game press conference in the wizard costume.
Yes.
We would
I don't
not
like
get invited
that.
back to media day next
I
year.
don't like that.
Just
Oh
to-
God, I don't like that.
like
Because I
This
would
should
kind
be
of
a-
like to go to that in August again too. That was fun.
forum
That'd be fun to do
communications or
again.
something.
Their AD used to work for us. I think he'd get it.
Well, that's
All
part of the
right.
reason I think we'll actually get them if we apply for them. But anyhow,
Could you imagine? We come tootling in a wizard costume. Hey, Coach Jackson, he just looks at
oh, he'd start as long as they won. He would think that was the funniest shit ever. As
yeah, I
long
think
as
he'd
they
laugh
won.
his ass off.
It would be pretty funny. All right. Well, we'll figure out the details, but I had to give that context before I showed these to JIAS.
All aboard! Next stop, Terre Haute, Indiana. Well, not all aboard. Losers aboard. Choo-choo!
All right, and then the rest of us have floated around renting an RV and driving that down, which would be a blast.
Oh, whoops, wrong screen.
Oh,
How do I fix it?
Did you just steal it from JIS? Try it again. We got to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Alex screwed it up.
What?
Yeah,
We didn't get to see it. Alex pulled up his map for his whole
Alex.
just start. Go
presentation.
again.
Man, this trip's already a blast.
Best roadie ever.
Yo, look, it's the loser train. No way! There it is! Point at it!
Oh man, that thing ain't going anywhere.
Loser train!
All right. So anyway, I am all about the RV. By the way, I looked at them today, like renting it for like Friday through Sunday, and it's very reasonable, splitting it like 4 or 5 ways. And so that would be a lot of fun, like a drivable one where you can
Yeah,
move around.
Class A.
Yeah.
Class A one. That'd be
So,
dope.
my brief presentation here. If everyone else ends up going, and the loser or losers have to take a train out, here is the Amtrak map. The blue dot here. Let's see if I can blow this up a little bit bigger. Yeah, there we go. The blue dot here is Terre Haute. So as you can see, ironically enough, one of the closest stations is Normal. That would have been a fun game to go to, potentially against the defending national champ. We'd be going there. Anyhow, not what we're doing. So the nearest hubs to, Brookings or Sioux Falls is going to be Omaha or Minneapolis. So there's already a 3-hour drive to start here. If you look at the schedules, whoops, wrong screen. So you can take Omaha to Danville, Illinois, Omaha to Indianapolis that weekend, or you can take Minneapolis to Galesburg, Illinois, which actually means Chicago, because I'll show you in a second. The thing about this Danville, Illinois, is it's 5 hours. It's 5 hours to Chicago, and then it's an hour and a half stop, and then you have to take an Amtrak bus to Danville, Illinois, which then puts you 30 minutes outside Terre Haute still, and you have to figure it out from there.
Hitchhike.
Indianapolis is the same thing. And some of these times are horrible. So you would have to leave Omaha Friday at 5 a.m., and you would get to Danville at 5:30. Getting back wouldn't be terrible. You have to find a way from Terre Haute to Danville by 7 o'clock Sunday, but then you get back at 11:09. And so you either have to stay in Omaha or get back to Sioux Falls, Brookings around 2 in the morning. Indianapolis, similar deal, leave at 5. That's almost worse, though. You don't get in until 8 o'clock, and once again have to figure out how to get from Indianapolis to Terre Haute. Similar deal, you get back to Omaha about the same time, because I think that's just a separate bus leaving to the same train. Because once again, everything goes to Galesburg, Illinois, actually. And so if we come back to our map here, the Minneapolis route, actually you would go to Chicago, because to go to Galesburg, you actually backtrack a little bit. So now you're trying to find an Uber or get picked up by someone in Chicago. Because all these trains, these buses that go to these stations or bus depots just outside Terre Haute come from Galesburg, Illinois. So point being, this is kind of going to suck. I mean, if this is what ends up happening.
Yeah, it'll be miserable to figure out. We'll figure it out.
It'll be great.
And
I mean, the prices
Ron
on
Lowney's
those trips
point-
super reasonable.
This I don't know how familiar anyone is with this kind of area of Indiana, Illinois. It's not like the nicest area.
Yeah, but if you have your wizard costume on, they'll probably won't mess
Right.
with you.
Yeah, you just start saying wild stuff.
All right, we better pick this game.
So first, we'll give the model line so it's fair. Model has by 12. Last Vegas line I saw was 10.5. Is that still accurate?
Correct.
So model is going to take Montana State. So do we want to talk about the game first? How are we going to decipher between who and I gets advantage here, Brendan, or do we like a 3-2-1 thing?
That's up to you. I thought you were pretty confident in we were going to pick both the same thing anyways. So
I think we are, but
it doesn't matter. You go ahead.
okay. So if you look at this game, maybe we're not because I just saw a certain color hat in the background there.
What color? Where? In my background?
Yeah, you flashed something in front of the camera there.
Oh, it's a Milwaukee tape measure or a little tape measure.
Oh,
that
okay.
I'm playing with.
Thought I saw the red.
Looking for the signs.
But anyhow, I don't know. It's tough. But the way I look at it is Illinois State's actually built very similar to Montana. They've got some explosive players on the outside, but I think their defense is probably a little better. I saw some. That's if you haven't been on social media, Montana social media, if you're on FCS, Twitter, or anything like that at all, is still spiraling about whether or not they need to get rid of the 3-3-5. I think yes. I think it's good situationally. I don't think, especially if you're going to have to play Montana State every year, as long as Brett Vegan's there, it's not the type of defense I would want to run, especially as undersized as their D line was this year. But Illinois State plays more of a true 3-4, if not a lot of odd fronts, almost like a 5-2 at times. So I think they'll hold up against the run a little better. And it's gonna be the tale of, can Daniel Sopkowitz and Tommy Rittenhouse make plays? Or does the Montana State, playmakers in depth just completely overrun them? I don't know. This is way harder than I thought because Illinois State has just been this Destiny's team, and every time you picked against them, they found a way to beat it. But it's Montana State's year. Like you said, the boogeyman's gone, and maybe Brendan's doing a bait and switch, and he does have something different, and I'm going to Terre Haute by myself. But I think Montana State covers in this one.
We got the line at 10.5.
Yep.
10.5.
So I've been what's the model say?
I said 12.
Montana State by 12.
Model says 12. So I think Seth says the Redbirds are a nice story, but outside of NDSU, they're expected to win every game. I wouldn't say that. I don't know if they were.
No,
favored.
I don't think. I would argue Davis. They maybe were. I wouldn't say they were against Villanova necessarily.
Davis was favored.
Yeah.
Davis
Nova
was favored, but
not.
I didn't
That
agree
was a
with
tight
that.
game. And then let's see here.
Yeah.
So
they were underdogs against SLU too.
right. So
Which I also didn't agree with, but
yeah,
here
3.5
nor
point dogs there.
And they were only 1.5 point favorites over Nova. But anyway.
Yeah, so I think it's a bit much saying they were expected for sure is a lot. But I don't know if Illinois State's going to win. On one hand, I tend to be with the prevailing theory that Montana State's going to crush them. But if your defense can hold up against NDSU the way they did,
but NDSU's run game wasn't that good.
Fargo. Yeah, that's true. But I do think I still think Illinois State's going to be able to hold up to the run game. That's the thing is Illinois State's built to play Valley football. And of all the Big Sky teams, Montana State's built to play Valley football.
It's true.
Vegans been following that template. And I think that Illinois State's going to be able to hold up to that. Now, the trick is Tommy Rittenhouse going to throw 3 picks, or is he going to throw 1 pick and Daniel Sobkowitz is going to have a day? They get Wanker right back. That's going to be a big deal. And if Illinois State's able to stay on the field, I think it's a close game. I think Montana State wins either way. It's the 10.5 points, and I think Illinois State's going to keep it. Is going to lose by 10.
Oh, we will not have a tie.
It's saving me. Ties.
I love it.
Kissing your sister. Screw that. As much fun as it would be to do a whole Blues Brothers themed thing where we sit the wives down and tell them we're on a mission from God and all that stuff, and we
got the Amtrak together,
a pack of smokes and an Amtrak train. I'm gonna take the Redbirds to cover, and it makes my stomach a little queasy. Because I can see Montana State winning by 21 more than I can see Illinois State winning this game. But I think Illinois State's good enough to keep it close within, that 10-point range. So I'm going to say Illinois State sticks it out. They keep the magic going. Brock Spack isn't new to this stage. He's been through this before with these teams. They've got all the confidence in the world. They've been playing underdog the whole time through on the road. 17 road games that they've 17-1 in the last 2 years in the Valley is disgusting. So you're an idiot, says Brian. Well, Brian, yeah, I know you like to outside of we all know that outside of NDSU, you touch yourself to Montana in your sleep. So I'm going to go ahead and take them. I really like the lines for Illinois State. I like how their offensive line's played. I like how their defensive front seven has been playing. And I'm going to lean on a game breaker like Sobkowitz. Montana State doesn't have any game breaker of that caliber. So I think he's going to make a couple huge plays on a big stage.
Yes and no. I mean, Adam Jones and Taco Dalla.
He's not. They're not. Neither of them are. They are not Sobkowitz level.
They're not Sobkowitz level. No.
They're like.
But they are game breakers, I would argue.
I don't think they're a game breaker like that. I just don't. I think they're
Sobkowitz
too
will be the
dependent
best
on
player
other
on the
things.
field.
If anything, Jones, you could. I would go with Jones, but not Taco Dollar. Not when he can completely shut down the way he does against good defenses. I think Illinois State's capable of shutting him down.
I think it'll be interesting how they scheme it up, because I think they can, but I think a lot of what they typically play doesn't lend itself to that very good.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. We'll see what happens. Yeah, everybody's saying, God, if I'm right, all you fools are gonna hear about it. Oh my God. I'm not Alex, I just want to go on the record when if I end up eking this out against you and I'm talking mad shit, it's not to you, it's to all the people in the comments.
I'm aware.
It's every one of these people in the comments. So yep, that's what I pick. And with that, that's my pick. And we've got Ben, you got 40 seconds for this to be our first 30-minute show.
I will take Montana State. I'm not going to be a Valley homer like Brendan. No, I'm glad you guys picked opposite so we can see who's going to Terre Haute, and then we'll figure out the details after that. But I think Montana State leans on them, and I think they pull away in the fourth quarter and cover the spread. So with that, Jim, get her in there. Go big.
Go blue.
Go blue.